coming across in the music. It's more edgy, it's sexy, it's mature, and it's more intimate. It's beautiful, and I love the album. I'm very proud of it.
I read where Rodney Jerkins, your producer, who's been with you for some time, suggested that particularly your falsetto voice on this album, you were able to actually deal with it, where before, which shows a growth professionally for you.
Yes, definitely. I didn't have a falsetto for a while. I didn't know how to, break into it. I think there's different sockets in your voice that, has to grow and come about just with growing up. But I didn't have it in the last two albums. So this album, I kind of broke through, and it came across, and I love my false. Actually, I sing more of my false now than I've ever done before.
What's your favorite song on the new CD?
I don't really have a favorite right now.
I know you're going to tell me that.
I don't. It's very hard to choose what's my favorite, because, I'm in a different mood every day, so songs can change every day.
All right, I bet it's one of those, though. I'll ask her during the commercial break, probably one her husband produced. All right, we'll take a new break here. We'll be back in just a minute with Brandy, but first, here's a look at that first release when we fell in love with her. I Want to Be Down. Back in a moment. We've got her here tonight. That's Brandy, sitting on top of the world. Just another one of those hits that she's been doing for oh so long. You were laughing. You told me during the commercial break you don't like to watch yourself.
No.
Why?
I don't know. I just get really funny acting when I see myself on television.
Is it strange to see yourself, particularly the early videos, so young? Or, is it just like looking at old pictures of yourself?
Yes, it's very strange seeing myself very young, because I see the differences and different changes that I've gone through. And so it's kind of weird watching those phases.
Talk to me a little bit about what I asked you this briefly, the anticipation of fame. I can remember talking to you when you first started, saying, you wanted to do it all, and then you did it. Yet I don't know at that time if you realized how much work it was going to be to do it all. And I'm wondering what toll that took on you.
I didn't realize it at first. It was all at once, all of the fame, the fortune, just everything, the television show, it all hit me at once. It was like I was doing everything at the same time. And honestly, I don't think I knew how to appreciate it, because it was just so much at once, and I didn't know what was going on. I was just lost in it. And that took a toll on me, because I didn't know where I was, everything was just happening.
How problematic is it for you right now to talk about the personal issues that everybody now wants to know about? I remember talking to Janet Jackson when the divorce was announced, and we sat and we talked about how she and I had done a number of interviews, and was it ever hard for her to, when asked about relationships or whatever, knowing that she was married at the time, try to keep it? How much of your private life do you want to keep private, and how much do you expect and know that you have to share some of it with the public?
Well, I would like to keep my private life private, as much of it as I can, but I know that, some of it will be shared, because, certain things are just beautiful, and it's sort of like an obligation that you do have to your fans, and that's one of the reasons why I shared my marriage, and I shared the fact that I'm expecting a baby girl, and it's a beautiful thing.
Of course, as I look at you now, you weren't going to not be able to share that.
Yeah, but it's just certain things I won't. Like, I won't tell anybody where I got married, and when the baby's born, and all kind of things. I won't do that, but it's just certain things that you should share. Because you do have people that love you and want to know and genuinely want to feel where you are and care about you, so you do want to do that.
It has been, though, let's be honest, the last few years rough for you in some sense. A lot of rumor out there about not only whether you were ill, whether you had a breakdown, whether this happened, whether that happened, whether you got along with people. Let's deal with the totality of it. How problematic was it for you when, for instance, the stories weren't true?
Well, when things aren't true, it doesn't bother you as much.
As much,
but it does bother you because, some people believe the rumors because, they're out there, and, why some people would say, why would people make things up? If it's not true, then, they shouldn't make things up. But, it is very difficult when people are lying on you and when you don't have any control over that.
Do you get tired of answering the questions? Like you're on, you're doing the media circuit tour, which means that me and four other idiots will ask you the same kind of, did you hit Monica in the face? Did you do this? Did you do that? Does that get tiresome after a while?
It does, but I like answering the questions because I know the truth, and it feels good to be able to tell the truth. It really does.
What's been the hardest thing for you to own up to and admit it to the public?
I don't know. That's a good question. I never thought about that. Can we come back to that?
We'll come back to
Thank
that.
you very much, because I haven't thought about that.
Let me ask you. Let's try to clarify some things. And I tell people when we ask all this, I will ask you this. It won't clarify a doggone thing because 30 other people will ask you. But we do what we can on this show. The whole situation of Moesha, it ending, whether you got along with folks or with Moesha, in total, a positive experience for you?
Yeah, I would say overall it was a positive